Agents and airbornes on alert. Escaped asset is extremely dangerous. Trained to kill, and engineered to survive at all costs.
Let's talk about Hanna, a series that I both loved and hated at the same time. Let me explain. Before I start, I want to say that this video is full, really full of spoilers. It's not a review, but much more likely my opinions and thoughts about the program. Also sorry for my accent, but you don't choose where you came from. Anyway, let's move on. I watched all season 1 in 2 days, which at the moment is the only season available, and I don't know if there will ever be even another one. The most spreaded critique present is about Hanna's social interaction, which many times looks rushed, but I love the first episode. Hanna has been living in the forest for about 16 years, and the only person she has ever spoken to was her father, Eric. All her father has ever told her was, don't get anywhere near to the end of the forest. Well, she does get to the end of the forest where she finds a man. Second thing her father told her was, people are bad. Well, she gets food and a ride from this man to an antenna in the middle of nothing. I might be a little picky here, but even about the snack, how did she knew how to open an envelope? As a person that only tears apart animals, I would expect her to open it up with a knife or something, but instead she opened it quicker than I do. Let's talk a little bit about the plot to understand this a little better. Eric's Hanna's father worked for a secret agency that wanted to make experiments on children. His role was to find mothers who didn't want their children, so they would give them away easily to the agency. He finds Hanna's mother, but after her birth she wants Hanna's back, and Eric, who got emotionally closer to the woman, steals the child from the agency building and runs away. During the chasing, Hanna's mother dies, and Eric runs the forest with the kid. For 16 years, he brings her up like she was his daughter. Back to the episode. Now that the police knew Hanna's position, Eric was worried that the secret agency would kill them to keep the project Hanna was part of secret. They escape from the forest and split up. Hanna gets caught and the soldiers bring her in their base in Mexico, where she escapes in half a day. From that moment, the show started going downhill for me. She meets Sophie, a typical British teenager that drinks, smokes weed and has sex with half the cast. For every problem, she blames her parents and she's just too heavy to carry for a continuous drama. The meaning of the episode where Sophie is present, they are so slow and they contain nothing of the actual plot. It's just Hanna and Sophie wasting time drinking and having sex. The show could have been fine without those episodes. That ruins a lot my view of the final product. Those episodes were made to analyze Hanna's integration into a new society, but in a few days she drives like crazy and approaches almost every guy she meets. Luckily her father told her that people were evil. Anyway, it could have worked a little more on their first kiss, instead of wasting it with the first guy she found in a random club. What about her behavior on drinking? I don't care when people drink in a film, but she's grown in the forest. Never had alcohol before. She knows that she's chased by helicopters and soldiers. Well, I don't see the problem with getting drunk and walking around with my friends. I might be into picky, it just doesn't look real to me. Now, this is more my personal confusion because it's never been addressed in the series. Her interaction with Sophie at first are just so weird. For the first 2 episodes with Sophie, I thought that the British girl had a crush on her for the way she acted, held her hand and looked. Is really that way people make friends nowadays, almost kissing each other's? I guess I'm just too old for this word. Disclaimer, I'm not homophobic, I'm just trying to understand if they want to be more than friends or not. It's something the viewer deserves to know, I think. A critique about all action films. I know that Hanna is the protagonist, but it doesn't look real to me that she and Eric can always escape under a rain of bullets every time. It's cool to see a protagonist dodging 1000 bullets and with a little gun killing a whole army, but it's not realistic. Also barely saw Hanna fighting. Most of the times they just cut the interesting part of the fight and go straight to her holding down the enemy. I don't know why, but sometimes the composition of the shots remind me of an old low-budget film from 2003. During the episode where Hanna escapes from the prison in Mexico, there is a shot of Sophie standing in the middle of the desert. I can't really analyze what's wrong with that because I'm not an expert, but it just looks so cheap and rushed. By the way, I'm not an expert in films or TV series, I'm a simple viewer, but I think that my opinion can be important. There are many more simple viewers like me than cinematography experts, so I think TV series are more directed to my kind of people. That said, I really hope they do better in the next season, if there will ever be one, because Hanna has potential.